We want to count POSTHUMAN token in the Juno. By the all markers, fiat, it's a scam coin. Cthulhu, monster who try to control everybody. We're our Lambo. And this is not only about me, it's also about all of us. Or these people have no legs, let's give them money. This is stupid. If humans don't have legs, let's create cyber legs and give them legs. I think that the real our enemy, it's aging and it's a death. We don't really sure that the papers that are printed by the small centralized group, it's a good unit to count the value of the crypto. Distributed validator that validate distributed networks. At first, I want to tell you, this is our plan, our vision, and our model, how we want it should be. Information from this presentation also can be changed with the time. For example, new networks will come, or new technology will come. We need to understand that everything can be changed by the will of the community. Some people ask, what is the blockchain of the PHMN? This is CV20 token on Juno network, and we choose Juno network because compared to Ethereum or Solana, this is the real distributed computer. Maximum supply of tokens will be 131,072 tokens. We think that the population of the planet Earth in 2030 will be near 13 billions. So with decimal 6, we will have near 10 milli PHMN for the one person on the planet Earth. Capitalization of POSTHUMAN token will be artificial. Usually the price of the tokens depends on the market. We understand that most of the tokens doesn't really have any value. It's just beliefs in the future of the token. We have token that is trustless. You don't need to believe in the value of the POSTHUMAN token because POSTHUMAN token have the value of 20% of income from POSTHUMAN validator. How you can use PHMN token as investment tool? Because of the tokenomics, it's a perfect investment tool. Also, we will launch decentralized autonomous synchronization, not organization, because organization is something from the centralized paradigm. We prefer synchronization. Nobody organized us. And POSTHUMAN token will be governance token to govern economical development of the POSTHUMAN validator. For example, if our delegators want to change the commission of POSTHUMAN validator in any chain, they can create the proposal, vote for this, and increase or decrease commission in any chain. So we want to decentralize POSTHUMAN validator, and we understand that big community will govern much more better than the small group of the people. Of course, at the beginning, it's nice when the professionals start the projects and we have a strong team, but more we develop, more we understand that we need more people to govern POSTHUMAN validator. So the tokenomics really interesting. We want to create 131,072 POSTHUMAN tokens, and 50,000 of them already created. Other 81,072 tokens will be minted in 8 years. For what? We create pool with the POSTHUMAN token and Juno, because we want that our delegators can easily exchange POSTHUMAN token to Juno. We really think that our delegators is also part of POSTHUMAN validator, because when we come to new network as the validators, they always ask us, what is your stake in other chains? So if we have a success in other chains, we need to share our income with our delegators. Why we just don't decrease commissions in all networks? At first, we can't make commissions less. In the most of the networks, we already have minimal commissions. At the second, in some networks, we have big delegations from foundations, but not so big delegations from the community. We want to share our income from the chains that bring us income from the foundations with our delegators. For this, we create the pool and create initial value 50,000 posthuman tokens and 2,000 Juno. After we start to add liquidity with 20% of all income from all networks. This is the example for better understanding how we add value to the posthuman token. For example, if at the beginning we had pool with 50,000 posthuman token and 1,000 Juno, we buy on 20% of the total income. For example, 200 Juno. After 1/2 Juno, we spend to buy in the pool posthuman tokens, and we add posthuman tokens with Juno back to the liquidity pool. In this case, one side of liquidity pool with posthuman tokens don't grow up, and the second part with Juno grew up. What does it mean? It means that the price of posthuman token always grew up in Juno, while we will add 20% of income in Juno to liquidity pool, the price of posthuman will grow up. Of course, price of posthuman token can be different in the short term, but in the long term, price of posthuman token will only increase even if all people will sell posthuman token, because they can't sell more posthuman tokens that exist. We will add Juno to the second side of the liquidity pool that will increase the price of posthuman token. Posthuman token will be distributed only by 4 categories. It's a posthuman Juno liquidity pool, and we already distribute 50,000 of posthuman tokens to the liquidity pool, so we will not add posthuman tokens to liquidity pool anymore. Other users can do it, but remember, new posthuman tokens will not be distributed among liquidity providers, because the main liquidity provider of posthuman tokens, it's a posthuman validator, so it's unfair to distribute a new emission of posthuman tokens among us. We will distribute it only among posthuman token holders and individual delegators in all networks that's posthuman validate. It means that you can delegate in the Solana or Velas or Cosmos or Juno or any other network where you can find posthuman validator, and also it works for the DVS validator in the Comdex, and maybe it will works for DVS validator in several other networks. But just by the delegating to the posthuman, you began to share some part of new emission of posthuman tokens that will be created in the next 8 years. Also, very small part will be distributed among the posthuman validator core team, but it's really small amount to have a good mathematic. The allocation to the delegators and holders category will be based on surprise network snapshots. First snapshot will be in Q2 2022. It means it will be at the end of April or beginning of May or middle of the May or end of the May. We will not tell you the direct date, and moreover, we don't share this date even with the core team. It means we have 4 people now in the core team of posthuman validator, and only 2 of them will know the direct date. We need to hide this date even from our friends to prevent any manipulations. You can see that pink part, it's a liquidity pool, and it's 50,000 of posthuman tokens, 38% of max supply, and it's already distributed. Individual delegators will share 49,000 of posthuman tokens. It's a 37%, very near to the amount in the liquidity pool. 31,000 will be distributed among holders, and only 1,000 of posthuman tokens will be distributed among the core team for the 8 years, and this is less than 1%. Why we have so small amount for the core team? Because to be true, we are not only core team, I'm also individual delegator of the posthuman. It means that I delegate my tokens to the posthuman validator too. All of us part of the community. It means that we already in this category, individual delegators. This 1072 tokens is just for the beautiful math. If we will look on the maximum supply, it's 131,072. So 1072 we will distribute among core team to have beautiful math. We can see the process of the distribution. At the first quarter of 2002, we already add to liquidity pool 38% of max supply. And in this year, we will make 3 stake drops in the quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. And in the next 7 years, from 2023 up to 2030, 53% of posthuman tokens will be distributed among the 2 categories, posthuman tokens holders and delegators of posthuman. So the utility that will be, first, hold. You can hold posthuman tokens. Don't supply liquidity pool with tokens, because new posthuman tokens will be distributed among posthuman holders, not among the liquidity providers. As I told, main liquidity provider, it's a posthuman validator. We don't want to distribute our tokens to ourselves. It's no real interest. We try to distribute our tokens as wide as we can, and we try to do everything that nobody can have the big part to manipulate the course or something like this. So among all posthuman holders will be distributed 23.7 of max supply. Next utility, it's investing. The price of posthuman token will always grow up in June, but you need to understand that the increasing of the price in June not means increasing of the price in the dollar, but we don't want to count nothing in the dollar. We are very skeptic to the fiat economy, and we are totally sure that fiat economy will disappear and the crypto economy will win. Also, cross-chain transfers. I don't know how soon posthuman tokens will appear on some other decentralized exchanges. It's not the main idea. Main idea is to distribute income of the posthuman validator among the delegators. Of course, it's a decentralized exchange. You always can exchange posthuman token to Juno and back at the Juno Swap platform, and we support Juno network. We contribute to Juno a lot, and we have a lot of big plans for the Juno network. We will make the stake drop of Sputnik network for Juno stakers, and so on and so on. We think that the Juno network is one of the most interesting projects on the Cosmos. Also, decentralized autonomous synchronization governance. Posthuman token will enable the creation of proposals and voting on proposals in the decentralized autonomous synchronization that will drive the economic development of the posthuman validator. We want that our community, our delegators can choose the commissions in the different networks. Best decision, it's a decision made by the community. Because of it, we will launch decentralized autonomous synchronization. Also, posthuman token will give you several privileges. At first, we will create NFTs, and it will be like a staker 1 month, staker 3 months, half a year, 1 year staker. But also we will look on amount, because it's very easy to get NFT if you just stake like 1 atom or 0.1 atom. Of course, you will get NFT 1 month staker, but if you stake big part, you will get NFT platinum 1 month staker. And we will have common NFTs like a bronze staker, silver staker, gold staker, and platinum staker. And of course, these NFTs will give you some benefits in the making decisions in the governance. Also, it will give you some tokens when we will launch Sputnik network. network. Part of the tokens of Sputnik network will be distributed only by the category post-human token holders with the NFTs. Why we think that it will works and so on. Post-human validator was launched at the end of 2019. We already validate not 21 but 22 mainnets. Also, we validate 2 test nets, and we will join more and more networks. So as you can see, we grew up very fast as the validator. When I start post-human validator, I was the only one person. Now we have 4 people in our core team, and looks like more and more people will join to the core team, because more networks we have, more people we need to manage it somehow. And also that's why we want to decentralize economical part of development of post-human validator among the community. It will be easier for us and better for the community. So total capitalization of funds delegated to the post-human information by the price of the CoinGecko, it's more than 30 millions total amount of staked assets. Now 20% of the daily profit from all networks exceeded $200, $6,000 in a month. In the case if the crypto will stop grow up in price, it means that in 1 year we will add liquidity to the pool near to $80,000. Pessimistic, $48,000. Also, post-human is the one of the most active validators. We contributing to development of the networks and communities. We really participate in the network. For example, if you will go to the osmosis and look at the validators by the participation, you will see that even if we number 50 by the voting power, by the participation, we are number 2. We are really involved in the development of the network. Of course, you can see our Twitter. We always write how we vote. We are really care about network. What else to expect from the post-human validator? Useful NFTs for long-term post-human delegators. It will be with different categories that will give you some privileges. Also, merchandise, bags, t-shirts and hoodies. It will be some post-human swag. You can buy it only for the post-human tokens. It will be the smart clothes in the future. So we will start just with common bags and hoodies, but finally we want to come to the realization of some ideas of the post-humanism. If you are afraid to make some implants, not a problem. You can have such chips or implants in your clothes, in your t-shirts. For example, you can have secret hard disk driver that will keep your passwords, or NFS modules or GPS module that will be the first step to the cyborgization, first step to become a real post-humans. Also, wait for the stake drop of neutrons, economical token of Sputnik network blockchain. All post-human token holders will get stake drop from the Sputnik network. So this is our roadmap. We already finished the Q1. We already created 50,000 post-human tokens, created pool. The nearest event stake drop of 3,000 post-human tokens among all individual delegators. It will not be a big amount for the one time. Our goal is to benefit our long-term delegators. We think that our delegators is our team. People who are just come and go, it's not really team. It's not really friendship. We want to build new future with the people who are ready to do something with us for the 5, 6, 10 years and more. And we want to build the community. It's something like you don't look for the person with whom to live for the 1-2 months. month. You want to create healthy relationships that will go through the ages. So second half of this year, we will make also 2 stake drops, and we will launch decentralized autonomous synchronization in the Q3. You will have possibility to participate in governance of POSTHUMAN validator. As you can see, at the end of the 2002, 72 POSTHUMAN tokens will be distributed among the core team. This is just to make a beautiful math. From 2023 up to 2029, every quarter we will make 2 stake drops. If you are delegator and if you are holder, you will get both of them. In 2028, we will get max supply, but we will not stop to add 20% of our income to the POSTHUMAN Juno pool. No more new POSTHUMAN tokens, so the price will grow up even after we will get maximum supply. I don't know what will be after 2033. It's very far away. So why 2033? If you will read the tokenomics of Juno, you will see that core development get Juno with vesting for the 12 years. So core team and core development will see the Juno only in 2033. And after, we don't know what will be, as we sure in the core team of the Juno network, we can be sure in Juno network. After this, we will decide it together with community what will be, and nobody really can tell what will be after 2033. So thank you for attention. Feel free to ask questions.
I have a question, Posthuman. I'm from the UK. After the 7 years, where do you envision the token going? And then my second question is, well, it's not really a question, it's more of a statement. The crypto community is a very, suspicious. A lot of people in crypto are already into conspiracy. Do you think that it's a good selling point to say that you're into microchipping? And have you looked at longevity, extending human life, investing some of the funds into longevity?
Answer on the first questions. How we see the POSTHUMAN token future after we will get a maximum supply. At first, it will be the governance token of the POSTHUMAN validator. We grew up, we became bigger and bigger. We understand that we have only 2 ways. We can be centralized corporation that will be governed by the small group. This is not our way, because we are decentralists, and all we do, we try to accelerate the process of the decentralization. So for us, it's the main idea why we start to support decentralized networks. Second way, it's to decentralize the governance of the POSTHUMAN validator. We understand that if the one validator participate in many chains, it also can be a threat of the centralization. But if the validator will govern by the distributed community, we don't have any more threat of the centralization. So for us, it's only one way to develop the POSTHUMAN validator. If other validators who are success validators will not distribute their validators, they will be a kind of the threat of centralization for many chains. We already can see that some of validators are represented a lot of networks. What will be if something happens with the small group of the people? And it can happens. But when we have decentralized governance, if something will happen with me and I will die in the accident, it mustn't stop. Decentralization mustn't be depends on the 1 person or 2 persons or 5 persons. Blocks must go on. So this is how we see the future of the POSTHUMAN token. Distributed validator that validate distributed networks. About second, I'm a part of movement for longevity. I think that the real our enemy, it's aging and it's a death. Aging, it's a sickness. We need to heal aging. I don't want to go on the funeral of my mother. I don't want to go on the funeral of my father, and I don't want that my kids come on my funeral. It will be very stupid if we are trying to create beautiful new world that are decentralized with colonies on the Mars, with the high technologies, beautiful ecology, decentralized relationships, and we will get it. But now I'm too old, I need to die. This is kind of irrational. So the best what we can do, it's find the solution how to make our lives longer and how to prevent aging. My mother, when she born me, she was young. She spent to grow up me and my young brother best time of her life, youth. Because when we are young, this is the best time. How I can be pleased to my mother? Only I can do it's return to her youth. And this is not only about me, it's also about all of us. The aging is the sickness. So part of the income of posthuman validator already spent on the some anti-aging initiatives and supporting different anti-aging projects. For example, you can look at the lifespan.io. So the one of the way how we can spend our income, it's a charity, but it's not kind of charity. Or these people have no legs, let's give them money. This is stupid. If humans don't have legs, let's create cyber legs and give them legs. We don't need to support people who are near to the death. We need to support scientists who will find the solution how to stop the death. We need to support any possibilities to prevent the death and to give to the humans new kind of existence, because most of the terrible shitty crap that happens in this world happens because people think, oh, but I will die. What will be with ecology in 100 years? I don't care. In 100 years I will die. Cut this forest. People live so short time that they even don't want to think what will be in the 100 years. But when we will find the solution how to long our lives more than 100 years, we will start to think with the real long term. Now some people even can't think with long term of the 3 years. They come to the crypto project and say, oh, already 3 months, how you exist? Where our X1000? Where our lumber? Friend, just try to start the common shop and look what will be in 3 months. Nothing. Any business that you want to start, it need near 1 year to just come to make some profit or something like this. So most of the people don't want to think by the long terms because they don't have the idea that they will live so long. I hope I answer on your question.
I'm Lawrence from Nigeria. And first of all, I want to say a big congratulations, for this is a big step you took. My question is, is there the possibility that posthuman will be on Osmosis very soon? And will it be on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap?
So about Osmosis, to be true, for what we need to have posthuman token on Osmosis? Only in the 2 cases. The first case, it's like to trade it more easy and make some arbitrage between JunaSwap and Osmosis. That's not really in our interests. Second, it's to ask about some incentives that people add posthuman token liquidity with Osmo, for example, and get incentives with Osmo. But to be true, we are not really interested in the liquidity because we are provide the liquidity. We already create this liquidity and we will add liquidity more and more. Second question, we don't really support CoinMarketCap because they are affiliated by the Binance. And we think that the Binance, it's a kind of Google in crypto. Maybe now we look on the Binance and say, oh, yeah, very nice service. In the 5 years, it will be the Cthulhu monster who try to control everybody. If nothing will changes, they can be a real threat for the decentralization. They collect already a lot of data. This is threat for the privacy. It's a threat for the many other aspects. So state will use Binance in the interest of the small centralized group, not in the interest of the community. But we have CoinGecko, and I think we will be on CoinGecko. This is not the most important goal, because we don't want to count POSTHUMAN in the dollar. We want to count POSTHUMAN token in the Juno. Why we need to count something in the dollar? What is the scam project? You don't know who is creators, no open code. You don't know how much was created. You don't know the distribution model. You don't know the genesis. It's about fiat money. We don't know who create fiat money. We don't know how much they print fiat money. No open code of the creating of this money. By the all markers, fiat, it's a scam coin. And the stable coin, it's a token on the shit coin. We don't really sure that the papers that are printed by the small centralized group, it's a good unit to count the value of the crypto.
Thank you so much.
More we understand each other, better and stronger connection between us. And this is the power of the community. Thank you very much one more time. Bye-bye.